So here we go. It's game number 2 on this day 1 of the BDO World Professional Championships. And 29-year-old Scott Williams, as announced from Boston in Lincolnshire, making his debut against a man who has been here a couple of times before, come all the way from Beverford in Victoria, Australia, the 50-year-old Justin Thompson. And I've got alongside me Tony O'Shea, who's a long time ago since he made his debut on the World Championship stage. But how will this young fella, 29, compared with you and me, he's exceptionally young, Tony, how will he be feeling right now?
Well, obviously, John, he's got youth on his side for a start, which always a bonus, but he's only been playing proper darts for about 12 months. He was a local league player, and within sort of 12, 18 months, he's qualified for the World Championships, become a county player, and all of a sudden, he's playing proper darts.
Well, he's playing proper darts here on this stage. The very first 3 darts in his World Championship career is a ton. And what, it can get better than that. That's a very satisfactory start. So Scott Williams with the arrows in this first set. It's the 3rd set, the 5th set, should we go there? It's first to 3 sets, best of 5 if you want to put it that way. And Williams 57. Using the board, only 57, but settling in is what it's about. The very first game, isn't it? Settling in.
To be honest, the first set is about settling in, really. Obviously, you want to win it, but you want to hit a few trebles and get used to the board, get used to the lighting. 45. Just get into the game, really, John, the first set.
Tall lad. Supports Newcastle United, I said. Why?
60.
Newcastle United, when you're from Boston in Lincolnshire. He said, it was Alan Shearer. He said, I just admired Alan Shearer. Well, he'll do a bit of scoring here, I'm sure, during the next half hour, 40 minutes, or however long it takes for this
45.
match to endure.
Well, if you do hit the ground running, it can take just 9 legs, John. 3 and 3, and the game's over. That can be minutes.
60.
Yes, indeed. Notwithstanding, we have a break in after the 2nd set. So,
yeah, these tournaments where you do get the break after a couple of sets, it's amazing. I said it 100 times last year at the Worlds, and it's amazing how often games change during that break. One player can be dominating the match.
140.
Nice 140 there from the young man. But that break, after, you can be playing brilliant in 2 sets up, and all of a sudden that 5-minute break can change the game totally. It's ridiculous.
Yes. So, bit of a John Pertwee lookalike, this fellow, isn't he? Justin Thompson.
140.
Just expect Wurzel Gummidge.
Scott, you require 84.
Well, that's put pressure on.
Speaking.
It's put pressure on Scott's 84 here. He's left the bullseye.
49.
Are you a little surprised he went that way, given that Thompson was on his shoulders? I'm surprised he went the 16 route.
No, he's been scoring well on the 20s, so obviously you'd expect that, but Justin's in here, probably go 11 or 19. He's gone the 11 for double tops.
Oh, 71. Over the top, and Williams would have rued the fact. Not 84, I think you've got to go for treble 20, but anyway, it's his choice, and some would disagree with me anyway. I'm sure he would. Anyway,
19.
Another chance for Thompson to go for tops.
40.
Tops for Tomo. Double 10. Well, there is a long way. There we are. It was worth the wait. I thought for a moment that was Dennis Priestley, Tony. That took so long. Well, you don't mind when it goes in.
Well, that important first leg over now. He can settle down a bit. But I thought Christmas was well over there, but they were giving each other a few presents there, a few late presents for each other, weren't they?
57.
Yes, from Beverford in Victoria, the Australian, and I was chatting with him. I said, look, I just hope that the fires, the dreadful, dreadful fires that they've been suffering in parts of Australia, not too near you. And he said, well, they are quite away from where we are. But as he's looking for the first 180 of the match, the first 180 of the tournament for Tomo. And what a lovely feeling that must be.
Yeah, he's warming into the game now.
And he said, but everything is so dry. Everywhere is so dry that I wonder who's next. But that 180 certainly giving him a little bit of an advantage.
60.
Only 60 there though, so a 140 from Williams, Tony, can put him back in contention.
140.
Well, you called it, John.
Yep, well done, lad. On 3 in front, still advantage the Australian, but
The good thing for Scott, he's no demons about bad experiences on the big stage, whereas
94.
Justin's had a couple of years here at the World Championships, not really played to his best. Prolific at home, he's won so many tournaments, but he's never really showed us what he's got when he comes to the British Isles.
88. Justin, you require 110.
110, he almost took out 111 in the previous leg. Did win the leg eventually. Obviously, as the score suggests, but now he's looking for 90. Now for 72, is that treble 12 or treble 16, Tony?
He's looking down the board, it was 16s he was going for.
Scott, you require 113.
94 left. That was just the wrong side of that wire. The treble 18 is what he was looking for.
Justin, you require 56.
So, 56 for Thompson.
Does like the top, so it'll be 16 first dart. 2 clear darts out here, Justin.
Game shot on
Only
the
needed the
second
one.
leg. Justin Thompson.
Justin looks as if he's settled in that much quicker. Nice break there, gives him a fair shout for this first set.
Yes, getting that vital double 10 in the first leg, the one we waited ages for. Gave him the break. He's added to that by holding his throw and now throwing for the set. But a great start by Williams
45.
with the throw. And another good start, and another good start, and he's come down for 177. That's as good as a max, Tony, any time of day.
Well, his thinking's clear, obviously. He's not fazed by anything here. For somebody that's really not experienced in big-time darts, he's looking pretty cool up there. Just needs to get that first leg under his belt, just give him a bit more confidence.
$60.
60 for the lad from Lincolnshire. And Thompson's the one now chasing this particular leg. Not making real inroads with this visit. Whatever happens
44.
with that last start.
Scott, you require 124.
Yeah, no real pressure. Just looking to set this one up. Double 60. Well, that was showing off. That for a young man, that was showing off.
Confidence, but more and more players now are going for double-double, aren't they? You see it so often.
Well, so many players use the double tops twice for combination finishes. It makes sense, to be honest. The target's almost twice the size.
Yes. And you'll see players when they want 76 going for double 18, double top, with only 2 darts in the hand.
81. Scott,
Anyway,
16.
16, he'll only want to use 1 dart here if he can. A fraction inside to get himself on the scoreboard. A fraction more. Well, he'll be back, but he can't afford too many more errors like that.
Well, there were two good markers. He was a bit unlucky with the last one, it deflected left, but the good thing is he's not split it twice and ended up on another double. He's actually still going for the one he aimed for. He's left it tidy.
So he's had his rehearsal.
He's had the practice.
Yeah. So we expect a great 140 just in case. Williams, I'm not going to suggest he's under pressure, but he certainly knows he's got to get it. He does. Practice makes perfect, they say, Tony O'Shea. That was perfection from him. Like an Alan Shearer strike right down the middle into the target. 2-1 in legs.
Nice tidy leg there from Scott. He just needs to back it up now and get himself back into it. It'll be his darts if he can win this one. That all-important fifth leg of the set, and he's making a good start here.
135.
Yes, gets a generous round of applause, banging in the big scores now. A little more workmanlike, this fella, but
100.
just the ton then. Yes, Jason did ask me, or rather Justin did ask me if I would mention Jason and his staff.
57.
The Swan Inn in Buxton, you probably know it, Tony. The Swan Inn in Buxton, he's been staying there whilst he's been over here, and he said they have looked after him brilliantly. That's the lovely spa town of Buxton in Derbyshire, where we shall be in March in a few weeks at the Royal Mail Darts Championships.
That's right.
That's another thing, of course,
140.
that we can look forward to, Tony and I. At the moment, we're enjoying this game, and a decent crowd turning out today for this first session.
Always a good sign. Now, nice, good crowd. They always enjoy themselves.
161.
Love the darts. Going back to Justin there, practicing in Buxton, I'm sure the Win Stanleys might have had something to do with his stay over there.
Yes, you're right.
What better people to practice with?
Yep. Of course, Lorraine is playing in the Women's Championship.
41.
Dean, we all remember, doing a 9-darter on the telly some years ago now. I was commentating on that one, Tony. Oh, good 140. Good 140 from Williams. 111 against 120. An all-important leg. Thompson wins the set if he wins this leg, of course. And Shanghai beckons.
That's a nice start, a nice big 20 now, set him up for the tops. He won't be rushed, as we saw with that double 10. He'll take his time, make sure it's perfect.
80. Scott, you require 111.
Well, that was in Northern Territory, I think you can say, being Australian. 57, 54 left, tops he wants. What a great finish! What a great finish to level up the set. 1-1-1, and Williams from 2-0 down strikes back 1-1-1. Great finish, Tony. That will give him a lift if nothing has done yet.
Well, with finishing like that earlier in the match, he'd have won the set already.
41.
But a nice finish like that, you set yourself up 2-all, and then a poor start just takes that advantage away. What you've just gained, big finish, and then you kick off like that. It's frustrating.
Yeah, do you think it was a residue of the excitement that he perhaps just needed to settle himself down a little bit more before coming to the hockey to throw those first 3 darts?
Sometimes when you celebrate, that adrenaline drains out of you a bit, and should really go back for a drink, settle down, have a little walk around, just get back into the zone as such. That's 2 throws now. He's not actually got back into it.
No. Thompson's got as many off his 1 visit as Williams has off his 2. But it's, as you can see, dead set at 2 legs all. That was a vital last dart, methinks, Tony O'Shea. Vital. Big golfer too, this fella. Was telling me that the Aussie said he plays a lot of golf. He's got a handicap of 8. It was at one stage 3, so he's pretty useful. And he gave up the game of darts for 13 years. He said, I won't play again, after he'd played in the World Cup for Australia in France in 2003. He said to himself, I'm not playing darts again now till my daughter reaches 18. And she reached 18 in 2016, and he picked up his darts again. And here he is now on a World Championship stage at the age of 50.
$57.
Playing off a handicap of 8, he's done plenty of work on the golf course in all them years he's been away from the dartboard.
140.
Tells me his favourite player is Tiger Woods, although he's got a lot of admiration for Adam Scott. Everybody likes Tiger Woods. 60. Now then, 78 left. He'll square it off with a single 20, but if Williams takes this, and he's just taken out 111, it's the first set to the Lincolnshire man.
Well, that nice 40 set him up. 2 singles are leaving the bullseye.
61.
Couldn't have got much closer.
No, it was good effort, good effort. All on this then. Thompson tops for the set. Led 2-0. Pegged back to 2-all. Yes, I know exactly how you feel. He possibly even started going forward, thinking it might have been in. Oh, he should have been closer after that first one.
The problem is the way his darts had landed the board, he probably covered most of that double top, so maybe a step to the right or the left. Let's give Scott 3 darts, that's it though, he's set it up now.
Wrong
He's
house.
actually bust it.
Yeah, wrong house.
Just
Next door.
40.
He's got another chance, and he's delighted that he's got another chance. Well, he's had his practice on double top. You know what we said on double 8 for Williams a few minutes ago?
It worked last time, mate.
Now, is he going to take as long over this double 10 as he did the last time? It looks like it.
Well,
I think somebody from the crowd is just...
Don't shout while the players are front, thank you.
Yeah, he was set to release that dart and just reload, set back, like he has done.
Oh, credit to him. Wins the first set. Absolutely marvellous self-control there, Tony. Double 5, not the best in the world to go for, but perfect.
Well, we talk about experience, and
Second
that just proved it.
legs, Justin to throw first. Game on.
Cool as you could come with that last dart at double 5, and maybe the slight lack of experience for Scott on busting the 25. Well, that's it. First set's gone now. Reload, start again. We've got a break after this set, so chance for Justin if he can get his head on here. Racing to a 2-0 lead.
60.
You're thinking of Wurzel Gubbins again, aren't you, if he can get his head on?
100.
I was actually having a chat to Scott. I thought I'd met him somewhere before, because, like I said, he's only been playing 12, 18 months, but I actually played him in an exhibition in Wainfleet in Lincolnshire. Bateman's Brewery, they invited me down to play a few games, and young Scott actually thrashed me, he reminded me early on. I did thank him for that.
Yeah.
Does happen a lot these days, to be honest.
100.
Good ton, possibly deserved more, but the deflection of the last dart. And good steady game this. Some great moments in it. A 1-1-1 finish to level up the first set for Williams, but then Thompson hit back by taking the deciding leg and leads by that 1-0.
41.
Oh, you've got to keep them down the line, lad. Keep them down the line. I'm trying to think who what some used to say to me, down the line darts, down the line darts, down the line darts. These are down the line darts.
100.
That's the reward. 3-figure score. Not always.
Just thinking about his finish.
$90.
Well, he probably thought about the 170 finish there. There is an extra prize for that, I think. So a lot of players would have gone a different way, but he just thought 170, nice and clear, big 15, and he's left the big fish, as they call it these days.
Yes.
81.
81 means that he's not in a position where he could have finished. So there's one of them. 80, 90 left then.
90.
Went for the treble 18. He's in a handy position though, Tony, at 72, with Thompson not being able to finish.
You can't finish, but you can put plenty of pressure on. 72 is not the easiest finish on the planet. You need a treble first dart, or you might only get one dart at the double. He's coming down to make the odd one.
97. Score you require 72.
Well, he ought at least to have one dart at a double. Not double 4 he wants, and across
68.
the board he goes. The last time he wanted that, he went in double 13. You can see the mark. This time in the single 4, and now Thompson in with a shout.
He's going for treble 18 here. He's hit it. He wants double 12 now.
Right on the wire.
Fine margins, John. They were so close then, but Scott's got another chance out of here.
No score. Justin, you require 12.
Could rue those missed darts, Williams, because Thompson has already shown he can get double 10. That down the line into double 6 should have been much, much closer, to be honest. Now double 3, but that rectifies the matter. And Thompson takes that first leg, admittedly with throw, but what a chance for Williams to break that he had.
Well, Justin's been missing the odd double, but he just tied him up with them awkward doubles. That double 5 and double 3 there, perfect examples of how you can tidy up a leg even though you miss the easy ones.
Yes.
And they're just as important as the big finishes.
Yes, good point there from the 3 times world finalist.
140.
The little fish matter just as much as the big ones, Tony, don't they?
The tiddlers. Your double 1s, your double 2s, your double 3s. Obviously there's no cash prize for a double 1, but they can be just as important, mate.
Well, we were reminiscing yesterday when Phil Taylor played Mike Gregory in one of the most famous finals at the Lakeside in 1992.
88.
Taylor missed the double 1, or rather Gregory missed the double 1, and Taylor stepped up and got it.
I wonder how many times that has happened over the years when a title's been won on double 1. I don't think that many, to be honest.
No, I don't think so. Great 140, but Williams has worked his way into a lead. 136, 76 left. He'll come down for 16. Well, he's on his double 4 again.
Well, he keeps leaving it, but I don't think he's hit it yet. I mean, obviously, if that's his favourite double, he's doing his best to get there.
I think it's risky, don't you? You know, we're talking about double 1. You're not far off it when you get to double 4. You can't always expect to hit it. He's yet to hit it, in fact. This is his 3rd attempt at the double 4. Again, he's coming down for double 2. And, well, in the end, he nails it. 1-1 in the second set.
Game on.
The winner of this, by the way, plays the number 5 seed, Wayne Warren, on Sunday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon. So they haven't got long to wait.
I don't think that's a bad thing, to be honest, playing straight away. You're used to the lights, you're used to the crowd. I think it's a good thing. So many times in these World Championships, you play on one day and then sometimes it's a week before you play again.
Yes.
You have to refocus, it's like starting the tournament again, to be honest. I think the winner of this will be quite happy he's got a game tomorrow. Obviously the loser won't.
Oh, he's got room for another there. He's got the off stump, he's got the leg stump, And being an Aussie, he should have had the middle stump there, shouldn't he? But it wasn't to be.
Yeah, he's showing flashes of his skills, his class.
59.
The class that he's obviously got, being a multiple winner over in Australia.
Yes, they're listed in the excellent programme that has been produced for this tournament. And you're right, Tony, it's a fair old list.
Packed in here at the O2 today. Great crowd for the opening session. Absolutely superb venue. I played here a couple of times myself in exhibitions, but they've pulled all the stops
100.
out.
He's the Australian regional qualifier, and he's coming to the hockey for 76 in a minute, so I haven't got long to read this out. Oh, brilliant. And anyway, it can wait when Williams hits a 180 to put himself in contention. This 76 has got to go.
Perfect start. 2 for the double 8. Not really a marker.
60.
That would have been a perfect first start of that double 8.
72.
Yeah, and that last visit now has earned him the right to have a go at this. Oh, he went for that treble again.
He's definitely aiming to leave double 8 every time, because the sensible dart that would have been a big 16 to the left.
Exactly. Go for the easier target. The doubles are all the same size. Double top's okay.
But they all shrink when you really need them, that's the problem. Well, he had a practice throw then, never released it, so he can still have a go.
That's brilliant. That is coolness personified.
I don't think there was any noise from the crowd then. It just the grip didn't feel right, so he stopped it.
100.
Yes, I think that's what happened early in the game when he took ages to go for a double, and it's happened. Certainly, I think you're right, Tony, there. I didn't hear anything. And
I mean, Justin's darts are very grippy. They're very sharp grip on there. And it's got to feel 100% in your fingers before you release it. And most of the time, that's true. It's perfect. But I think that was a classic example of it didn't feel right, so he stopped the throw.
.44.
Well, that was a rushed effort. Yeah, he's quite a quick thrower, but I just got the feeling that he went through the motion of those 3 releases a little more erratically than he has been doing of late, and that was certainly more deliberate, certainly more rewarding.
Well, for somebody so inexperienced, I mean, it's the first time he's gone to the qualifiers.
100.
They're as tough as any tournament to win on the planet, then, just to get through them qualifiers. There's so many class players there. There's ex-champions there that didn't get through, and that young boy turned up first time ever and crashed through the field and got himself a place at the Worlds. What a start to his career. Obviously, he'll learn a lot from this week anyway, no matter what happens. He'll learn a lot.
Well, he's 29. He's precisely the age that Phil Taylor was when he won his first title in 1990.
43.
And sometimes I remind younger players who are sort of impatient for success of that fact. So 70 left for the set. 60 left, he'll just leave it nice and handy,
90.
and Williams can do nothing about it other than just score as many as he can.
Well, it's the first sign of a little bit of frustration there.
Yeah.
98.
Ties it up well, but he's still got a bit of gas, even if Justin misses these. But the way he's been eyeing these double tops, these double 10s, I'm sure he's happy.
Game shot,
More than
second
happy.
set.
So he's known as